Hytale, is this massive delay good? Summer 2022 update. Bad news, Hytale fans. Hytale was delayed once more to 2023, and that's the earliest. So that means the wait is stretched much longer. Can this completely kill the hype and makes us lose interest? Or this can actually be a good thing? Lots of hype now means more expectations, and regardless of the durations the game takes to come out, millions of people already have heard of the game, and they have one of the world's biggest game publishers for assistance and advice throughout the development journey. The upcoming fantasy survival and construction sandbox game Hytale is going on hiatus once more. It has been revealed. The Minecraft-esque adventure game, which was due to be released in 2023, is no longer planned to launch next year, due to some pretty seismic decisions made by its development team at Hytale Studios. When it comes to sandbox gaming, no game has reached the popularity of Minecraft. Since its humble beginnings in 2011, the game has grown to become a global phenomenon, with gamers around the world showing off their blocky creations. While Minecraft is primarily a single-player game, players can build together by joining servers, and of the hundreds of public servers that are available, the Hypixel network is easily the largest. It enjoys over 100,000 concurrent players online during its peak hours. The creator of the Hypixel network have branched and made their own sandbox game titled Hytale. And while it is heavily inspired by Minecraft, it includes enough new features to distinguish it from its big brother. Fans of Minecraft should probably keep their eye on this game because it shows great potentials and could grow to be a viable alternative to Minecraft. However, due to the growing scope of the game, players will have to wait a little longer than anticipated before they can play it. By 2015, the server had grown so large that it cost $100,000 a month for the developers to maintain, and they managed to keep it running through in-game microtransactions. This changed when Mojang altered Minecraft's terms and conditions, putting new rules on monetization which adversely affected Hypixel, causing the server to lose 85% in revenue. With the server bleeding money, the choices were either to shut it down or take the operations elsewhere. Fortunately, the developers chose the latter options by creating Hytale. When Hytale was first announced in 2018, it gathered over 30 million views on YouTube within a month. The developers of Hytale intended for gamers to get to play it in 2021, but the growing scope of the game has pushed it back to 2023. Hopefully, the time is spent polishing the game to perfections, as the underdog title has the potentials to be the next Minecraft to some degree. In a new summer development update shared on the game's website, it's been revealed that Hytale's planned launch will need to be pushed back because the team have now decided to rebuild the game entirely. The new update explains that the team are planning to redevelop Hytale's engine, both the client and the server, in C++, which is a marked shift from working in Java and C#, as has been the case up to now. Part of the post was an admissions to fans about the growing pains of integrating Hypixel's newer, larger team following accusations by Riot Games last year that had delayed development as team members with new skills jumped on board as had growth in the scope of Hytale itself. The rationale behind such a big undertaking centers upon the game's potential future longevity and ease of release across multiple platforms. The developers explain that they want to avoid situations where our community finds themselves split up based on the platform they play on. This makes sense in terms of forward thinking, although news of other delay to Hytale, which has been in the works now since 2015, is sure to come as a disappointment to some. However, Hypixel Studios seems confident that this is the right decisions to make. Hytale's development has been caught up in several big slowdowns, so an engine shakeup isn't remarkable as the scope of development has increased. Hypixel Studios was acquired by Riot Games in 2020 just as a global pandemic made everything harder for everyone. The rest of the development update talks about the 3 ways of playing Hytale in the future. One is a creative play mode using procedurally generated worlds. The next is social, focusing on minigames and sharing creative mode inventions. The third is the sandbox RPG experience, where players enter more curated, though still random, worlds for a meaningful challenge and narrative experience. There's also more on some pretty crazy looking creative tools, not just stuff like plopping down blocks, but the creations of brush tools that do things like add lava to a landscape or sprinkle particle effects all over stuff. Hytale is one incredibly ambitious game. While it might appear to be a Minecraft-like complete with blocky constructions and survival mechanics, it offers so much more. allowing players to create entirely procedurally generated worlds, create and play their own minigames, or even make their own games like RPGs. These ambitions are matched only with its development period. Hytale was first unveiled back in 2020 and was built as the next generations of the block game at the time by Edge magazine. Hypixels, the new game's developer, was purchased by Riot Games just months after this initial reveal, but stated that it would continue to operate independently as it made Hytale.